Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Oxford 4000 Essential English Words, episode 36. My name is Emma, your language expert.
And I'm Frank, your learning partner. It's great to be back, Emma. The weather today is just fantastic, isn't it? Makes you feel like anything is possible.
It certainly is, Frank, a perfect day for learning, I'd say. And speaking of what's possible, we have a great set of words to explore today.
I'm ready. So, what's on the menu for today, Emma?
All right, get your pens ready, everyone. Today, we're going to cover pitch, unpack, possibly, about, onto, feature, arrangement rather, sad, and remain.
That's quite a mix. We've got some very common words like about and sad, but pitch and arrangement sound like they could be tricky. This should be interesting.
Exactly. We'll explore their different shades of meaning. But before we dive into our word by word deep dive, a quick reminder to all our amazing listeners.
That's right. If you're enjoying the show, please don't forget to save like, subscribe, and share this episode. And be sure to hit that notification bell so you never miss out on our new content. It really helps us create more polished episodes for you.
Couldn't have said it better, Frank. Now, shall we start with our first word? Let's talk about pitch.
Pitch. My first thought is baseball. The pitcher throws the ball.
That's a perfect starting point. Pitch can indeed mean the act of throwing a ball, but it has other important meanings. It can be a noun referring to the level of a sound, high or low. In Chinese, we might say yin gao. It can also refer to a presentation where you try to persuade someone to buy something or support an idea, which is a tui xiao xuanchuan.
Ah, a sales pitch. I've had to do a few of those, so I could say, her sales pitch was very persuasive, right? And for the sound, the pitch of her voice was very high.
Precisely, you've got it. It can also be a verb. For example, you can pitch an idea to your boss or pitch a tent when you go camping.
So, two sentences could be, let's find a flat spot to pitch the tent before it gets dark. And I'm going to pitch my new project idea at the meeting tomorrow.
Excellent examples, Frank. They perfectly illustrate the different verb uses. Let's move on. How about we unpack the next word?
Ha, nice one. You used the word unpack to transition to unpack. I see what you did there.
I try my best. So, unpack literally means to take things out of a container, like a suitcase or a box. The Chinese equivalent would be 打开行李, but we also use it figuratively.
Figuratively. How so?
We can unpack a topic or an idea, which means to analyze it in detail. For example, a journalist might unpack the reasons behind a political decision.
I see. So, for a literal example, after a long trip, the first thing I do is unpack my suitcase. And for a figurative one, in our show today, we are going to unpack 10 new English words.
Perfect. You're a natural, Frank. You're making it seem easy.
Well, with a great teacher, anything is possible. Or should I say, possibly easy?
Very smooth, Frank. Our next word is possibly. This is an adverb we use to say that something might exist, happen, or be true, but we're not certain. In Chinese, it's 可能的.
So it's like maybe or perhaps. For example, will you be home by 7? Possibly. But don't wait for me to start dinner.
Exactly. It conveys a sense of uncertainty. You could also say, this is possibly the best cake I've ever tasted, which implies it's a strong candidate, but you're leaving room for other possibilities.
That makes sense. Another sentence, could you possibly help me with this heavy box? Here it makes the request more polite, right?
That's a great observation. Adding possibly can soften a request. It's about as polite as you can get. Speaking of about, that's our next word.
About. This word is everywhere. I know it can mean on the subject of or connected with, like this book is about a space adventure.
Guan Yu.
That's its most common meaning, yes. But it's also used to express approximation, especially with numbers or time. For example, it's about 3 o'clock means it's approximately 3. Oh, right. So I could say, the journey will take about 2 hours. And there's also the phrase, be about to do something, meaning you are going to do it very soon.
You're on a roll, Frank. Yes, I was about to call you when you messaged me. That's a fantastic example of its use for imminent action. You've really jumped onto this concept.
Did you just say anto, as in our next word?
I did indeed. Onto is a preposition. It's used to show movement to a position on a surface or into a particular place or position. In Chinese, this would be dao ju shan.
So it's different from just on. On is the position, but onto is the movement to that position. For example, the cat jumped onto the roof.
Perfect distinction. It's all about the motion. You transfer something from one place onto another, like he loaded the boxes onto the truck.
I think I get it. Another example could be I stepped out of the car and onto the icy sidewalk. It shows the transition.
Exactly right. Another use of onto is to show you're aware of someone's real intentions. For example, the police are onto the thieves. It means they've discovered their plan. Let's move on to a word with some great qualities feature.
Feature. As a noun, it's a typical quality or an important part of something, right? Like a special feature of a new phone. The core meaning is 特征 or 特色.
Correct. You could say the car's main feature is its safety system. It can also mean a part of a person's face, like eyes, nose, or mouth. Her eyes are her best feature.
It can be a verb too, can't it? Like when a movie features a famous actor.
Yes, to feature means to include someone or something as an important part. For instance, the new exhibition features works by local artists, or this week's podcast features a special guest.
So I could say, this travel package features a guided tour of the city, and the magazine cover features the latest fashion trends.
Those are spot on. You've got a good grasp of that. This leads us nicely to our next word arrangement.
Arrangement. It sounds like planning, is that right?
That's the core of it. An arrangement is a plan or preparation for a future event. The Chinese would be unpack. For example, we've made an arrangement to meet at noon.
So to make an arrangement, that's a useful collocation. What about something like a flower arrangement?
An excellent point. Arrangement can also refer to the way things are placed or organized. A flower arrangement or the arrangement of furniture in a room. So it's about both planning and composition.
Okay, so I could say, all the arrangements for the conference have been made. And also, I love the beautiful flower arrangement on the table.
Both are perfect. You'd rather use one than the other depending on the context. And rather is our next word.
I'd rather learn this word right now. Rather expresses a preference, doesn't it? Like, I'd rather have tea than coffee. The meaning is something like 宁愿.
That's its primary use, yes, would rather. It's also used as an adverb to mean to a certain extent or fairly. For example, it's rather cold today.
So it's a bit like quite. I could say, the movie was rather good, but not the best I've seen.
Exactly, it qualifies the adjective. Here's another example sentence for preference. She would rather read a book than watch TV. It's quite a useful little word, isn't it?
It is, but thinking about having to choose can sometimes make me a little sad.
Ah, a seamless transition, Frank. Sad is our next word. It's an adjective that I'm sure all our listeners know, meaning unhappy or causing sorrow. In Chinese, it's simply 悲伤的.
It seems straightforward, but are there any interesting uses? I can say, I feel sad today, or that was a sad story.
Those are the most common uses. We can also use it to describe something as pathetically inadequate or unfashionable, though this is quite informal. For example, that's a sad excuse for a sandwich.
Haha, I like that. So if my friend wears something really outdated, I could jokingly say, that's a sad outfit, my friend.
You could, if you're good friends. It's all about the tone. It's a sad state of affairs when we have only one word left, and that word is remain.
Remain. It means to stay in the same place or condition. 保持 or 仍然是. For example, please remain seated until the plane comes to a complete stop.
Correct. It can also mean to be left after other parts have been taken away. For example, only 2 cookies remain in the jar.
Ah, so it's about what's left over. What about in a more abstract sense?
Absolutely. We often use it with abstract nouns. You could say, the reason for his decision remains a secret, or he remained calm despite the chaos.
I see. So, two examples. After the fire, very little of the house remained, and despite the argument, they remained good friends.
Fantastic examples, Frank. And that's all 10 words. Before we move on, let's remind our listeners to save this episode's word list, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to get notified about the next set of 10 words.
Yes, please do. Your support means the world to us.
Now, to put these words into practice, let's move into our scenario dialogue segment. Frank and I will perform a short scene for you all.
Let's do it. Imagine we are roommates who just moved into a new apartment and are unpacking.
Sounds good. I'll start. Frank, I'm feeling a bit sad about leaving the old place.
I know what you mean, but look at this place. The main feature is this huge window. I'd rather be here, honestly.
You're right. Okay, I'm starting to unpack this box of books. Where should they go? What's the arrangement we decided on?
The plan was to put the bookshelf against that wall. We could possibly fit it next to the sofa. What do you think about moving the bookshelf onto that side?
I'm not sure. I'm about to unpack the lamp. Let me pitch you an idea. How about we put the lamp there and the bookshelf remains in the corner?
That might work. It's a better arrangement. I'm glad we can unpack these issues together.
And there you have it. We used all 10 words in a short conversation. Did you catch them all, listeners?
We hope so. It really shows how you can weave these words into everyday chat.
Exactly. Practice is key. And speaking of practice, it's time for our Chinese to English practice segment.
My favorite part. I'm going to give you all a sentence in Chinese using some of the words we learned today. Your job is to translate it into English. I'll give you a 5-second countdown. Emma will be here to cheer you on.
You can do this, everyone. Take a deep breath.
All right, here is the first sentence. 我宁愿接受这个令人悲伤的安排，也不愿留在这里。
A tricky one to start.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Emma, what are some possible answers?
Okay, a great translation would be I would rather accept this sad arrangement than remain here. You could also say I'd rather go along with this sad arrangement than stay here. The key is using would rather for Ningyuan and remain for Liuxia.
Excellent analysis. Ready for the next one? Here it is. 关于这个推销宣传的主要特色，我们或许可以打开来详细谈谈。
Think about all the keywords. You've got this.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What do you think, Emma?
For that one, I would say we could possibly unpack the main feature of this sales pitch. Another good option is regarding the main feature of this pitch, perhaps we can unpack it. Unpack is perfect here for a detailed discussion, and pitch is the word for 推销宣传.
Wonderful. Let's do one more. This one includes onto. Here we go. 他把盒子搬到桌子上后，里面剩下的东西就只有大约2本书了。
Focus on the movement and what's left.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's hear the expert translation.
A great way to say this would be after he moved the box onto the table, only about 2 books remained inside. Another version could be once he put the box onto the table, what remained was about 2 books. Using onto shows the action of placing the box on the table and remained for what was left.
Fantastic. Great job, everyone who tried. That was a really good practice session.
It certainly was. And that brings us near the end of our show. But we can't leave without a little teaser for the next episode, can we?
Of course not. Next time, we'll be tackling another exciting list of words. Get ready for military, news, moderate, seed, develop, interpret, contribute, stop, and affection.
Affection and military in the same list. That will be an interesting episode. We hope you'll join us.
And one last time, if you found today's episode helpful, please show us some love. Like, subscribe, share, and hit that notification bell. It's the best way to support us.
We've unpacked 10 great words today, from pitch to remain. We hope you feel more confident using them. Thanks for tuning in, Frank.
Thank you, Emma. And thank you to all our listeners. Keep practicing, and we'll talk to you next time.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye for now.